Who will inherit Pope Francis's wealth after his death? Pope Francis, known for his humility, left behind surprising wealth. He had amassed nearly $16 million. He hadn't received a salary since 2013. That was his own choice. His wealth came from royalties, donations, and a discretionary fund. He had a fund of $385,000 annually as head of the church. The Pope quietly redirected most of this to charity. His final act with his wealth was telling. He donated $226,000 to a juvenile prison in Rome. This money paid off the mortgage on a pasta factory there. The factory employed young inmates, offering them a future. It was a fitting end for a pope who favored the marginalized. Despite the wealth, he lived simply. He chose a two-room suite over the Apostolic Palace. He wore worn black shoes, not the traditional papal slippers. Francis avoided worldly attributes of his office. He even drove a humble Ford Focus in Vatican City. His legacy of simplicity stood in stark contrast to the wealth he had. What will happen to the rest of his fortune now? Traditionally, popes do not leave personal wealth to heirs. Their assets usually go to the church or charities. Francis's fortune could follow this same tradition. However, speculation suggests it could go to humanitarian causes. Some wonder if he made provisions for the poor in his will. The discretionary fund he had could fund a new foundation, but his net worth is no small amount. A portion of his wealth came from royalties and intellectual property. Francis wrote books, gave speeches, and served as a public figure. This financial empire will likely be absorbed by the church. Francis was always a reformer, especially in the Vatican's finances. His reforms aimed to clean up the Vatican's scandal-plagued financial system. He initiated sweeping changes to the Vatican Bank. He pushed for more transparency. He even brought in outside auditors to review the Vatican's accounts. His reforms included closing thousands of secretive accounts. Yet, Francis did not close the Vatican Bank entirely. Instead, he reorganized it, focusing on financial services for the church. Francis would have preferred his wealth to fund charity. He said he wanted a poor church for the poor. The next pope faces a complex financial landscape. The church still grapples with debt and declining donations. The new pope must balance financial health with charity.